10 Best Romantic Comedy GMMTV BL Series of All Time. Romantic comedy BL series deliver the ultimate feel-good escapism by perfectly balancing laugh-out-loud awkwardness with swoon-worthy chemistry and unapologetic queer joy. In this video, we will discuss the 10 best romantic comedy GMMTV BL series of all time and why they deserve on this list. Before we begin, please note that some of these shows may not be available in your country due to geo restrictions. If that's the case, you might want to sign up for ExpressVPN to unlock these geo-blocked BL dramas. Use the link in the description below to get a 77% discount plus an additional 4 months free if you opt for the 2-year plan. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 10 on our list, New Tale of Hi by My Luck. Hi by My Luck is such a sweet rom-com that perfectly balances academic rivalry with a fun superstitious twist that keeps the plot feeling fresh and unique. Keen and C have this effortless healing chemistry that makes their dynamic so addictive to watch, especially as the hilarious fortune-telling antics unfold between their characters. My only real gripe is that the 4-episode format felt a bit too short, leaving the ending feeling slightly abrupt without a time skip to fully wrap up their journey. Despite that, it's a top-tier short series that delivers all the fluff and laughs you could want in a really compact, well-paced package. Number 9 on our list, My Romance Scammer. My Romance Scammer has quickly become one of my favorite watches because it perfectly blends a hilarious screwball comedy vibe with the high-stakes tension of scammers accidentally falling for their billionaire targets. The chemistry across both main pairings is genuinely top tier, especially with Junior and Mark bringing a more mature electric heat while Ohm and Pune deliver all the adorable and chaotic fluff fans have been craving. I really appreciate that the pacing is so fast and addictive, though I'll admit that North's extreme naivety and gullible nature can be a bit frustrating to witness as a viewer. My only real gripe is the constant anxiety of waiting for the inevitable truth reveal to blow everything up, but the charming performances and unique plot make every bit of that stress totally worth it. Number 8 on our list, Perfect 10-Liners. Perfect 10-Liners has quickly become one of my favorite comfort watches because it feels like getting 3 high-quality BLs for the price of 1, with each couple bringing their own unique and healing brand of chemistry to the table. I absolutely love how the series balanced hilarious ensemble comedy with a high-end production budget that made the classic university setting feel incredibly nostalgic and polished. However, with its long 24-episode run, the anthology-style format can lead to some inconsistent pacing between the different arcs, and some of the repetitive engineering tropes did start to feel a bit stretched thin at points. Even with those slower stretches, it's a top-tier rom-com for anyone who wants a feel-good series that prioritizes genuine heart and soft domestic romance over high-stakes drama. Number 7 on our list, Muti Love Me If You Swear. Love Me If You Swear is such a standout because Surf and Java have this electric top-tier chemistry that makes their rivalry to romance transition feel so authentic and spicy. I loved how the show balanced the grit of gang culture with the hilarity of a 9-temple merit-making trip, especially with the clever directing and the comedic gold provided by their friend Messi. My only real complaint is that the 4-episode limit makes the story feel a bit thin at times, and I honestly felt like the emotional payoff deserved way more breathing room than the short format allowed. Despite needing a full-length series to truly do this dynamic justice, it's easily the most satisfying ending for the anthology thanks to its beautiful cinematography and perfect mix of angst and fluff. Number 6 on our list, Cat for Cash. Cat for Cash is such an absolute gem because First and Khartoum have that top-tier magnetic chemistry that makes every bickering moment between Tiger and Lynx feel so genuine and hilarious. I love how the show takes the quirky cat for cash debt collecting premise and turns it into a surprisingly heartfelt story filled with cozy domestic vibes and some truly adorable feline cameos. While the comedic timing is spot on, I did feel like some of the Grumpy vs. Sunshine tropes were a bit repetitive in the middle episodes, which made the pacing lag slightly. That said, the emotional payoff and the way they handle the characters' growth make it a must-watch for anyone who wants a perfect mix of humor and romance. Number 5 on our list, Love You Teacher. Love You Teacher is such a heartbreakingly beautiful series because Perth and Santa have this deep established chemistry that makes their shift from a playful couple to a caregiver-patient dynamic feel so raw. I really loved how the show tackled the heavy themes of brain injury and age regression with so much sensitivity, showing a more mature and devoted side of romance than we usually see in BL. The only real downside is that the age regression premise is definitely polarizing and can feel a bit overwhelming to watch if you aren't prepared for the shift in tone. While the heavy subject matter might not be for everyone, the powerhouse performances from the leads make it a genuinely moving story about the true meaning of unconditional love. Number 4 on our list, My School President. My School President is honestly the ultimate comfort watch because Gemini and Fourth have such an adorable chemistry that makes the whole secret admirer to boyfriend's journey feel so incredibly sweet. I loved how the show leaned into its musical elements with the Shinzilla band performances, which actually felt integrated into the story rather than just being filler. My only real nitpicks are that the no dating club rule felt a little stretched out by the end, and I would have loved to see more developed subplots for the side couples like Sound and Win. Even with those minor pacing issues, it's a masterclass in wholesome rom-coms that ditches toxic tropes for genuine communication and pure nostalgic fun. Number 3 on our list, My Magic Prophecy. My Magic Prophecy is such a beautiful series because Jimmy and C have this incredibly mature grounded chemistry that makes their transition from skeptical doctor and clairvoyant to a domestic couple feel so earned. I love how the show takes the supernatural fated premise and turns it into a high-stakes mystery that actually emphasizes emotional growth and healthy communication over typical drama. While the suspense was great, I did feel like the villain subplot involving First's character was a bit rushed in the final stretch, and some of the side characters definitely could have used more depth. Even with those pacing issues, C's amazing acting and the emotional scenes and the show's unique mystical vibes make it an absolute must-watch for any Jimmy C fan. Number 2 on our list, Bad Buddy. Bad Buddy is honestly a masterpiece of the genre because Ohm and Nanan have this rare once-in-a-generation chemistry that makes their transition from childhood rivals to lovers feel so incredibly grounded and earned. I love how the show subverts all those tired BL tropes by focusing on healthy communication and genuine emotional depth rather than just relying on the typical misunderstanding drama. If I had to nitpick, the heavy focus on the intense family feud felt a little repetitive toward the end, and I wish some of the side characters had been given more to do outside of the main plot. Even with that minor pacing lag in the final stretch, it's easily a gold standard for rom-coms thanks to its top-tier acting and the way it balances hilarious bickering with heart-wrenching sincerity. Number 1 on our list, Me and T. Me and T is such a riot because Pond and Pooin have this effortless and playful chemistry that turns the Mafia Air meets Love Coach setup into pure comedic gold. I really loved how Pond leaned into the over-the-top clueless persona of T, making his ridiculous attempts at romance feel surprisingly endearing and full of energy. My main nitpick is that the plot starts to feel a little thin in the final episodes, and the transition from pure comedy to the heavier mafia elements toward the end felt a bit rushed. Even with that slightly uneven pacing, it's a total breath of fresh air that proves just how versatile this pairing is when they're given a chance to be absolutely unhinged. And those are the best romantic comedy GMMTV BL series so far. Which of these series are your personal favorites? Thank you for watching. That's it and see you on the next one.